watch, no diamonds, new watch, good timing, yeah. New watch, no diamonds, new watch, good timing, yeah. I'm sporty and rich, I'm sporty and rich, I'm sporty and rich. Do it again, again, again. I'm sporty and rich, I'm sporty and rich, I'm sporty and rich. Do it again, again, again. Get some checks, I invest, and I spend a check. Spend a check, get it back, then I take a rest. Only race is the human, I take care of my skin. I was doing this as a rookie, now I'm up to vet. Set the trend, set the pace of play. I don't trip, but if I fall, bet I make a way. I take trips in the fall, watch the leaves change. I like to treat every day like it's my B-day. New watch, no diamonds, new watch, good timing, yeah. New watch, no diamonds, new watch, good timing, yeah. I'm sporty and rich, I'm sporty and rich, I'm sporty and rich. Do it again, again, again. I'm sporty and rich, I'm sporty and rich, I'm sporty and rich. Do it again, again, again. Do it again, again, again. Do it again, again, again.
All the way back into turn 4. So the Pat now slowly making its way through into turn 1. And out the front, it is 2-2 Screw Lucy. Just taken out by 1-0 KTKO. Again, Calamity June taken out and recycled back onto the main straightaway.
And lead has finally been called with Screw getting the advantage. Not far behind her though. Calamity June.
Another fun fact too there, Tickles, that those two jammers were the two jammers that started proceedings the last time these two teams met. So a little bit of
That is
nostalgia there.
Yeah,
as we're going to take an early official timeout. Looks like some track repairs. We do apologise if anyone is getting the feed at home, and it's maybe a little bit. Yeah, I got the thumbs up from Jen. So we've got, like, we can actually call it as it's happening or everything else. This is really cool. This is like doing a real online commentary.
And the best thing is, with the setup that we have today, we can actually go in and find out about penalties and.
You can?
What not? Because we are not corded in. We've got these really cool wireless mics. And also another good thing.
For certain.
Yeah, and another good thing is that no one who's here can hear us. As in, like, we won't hear the commentating, so it won't give the players.
100%. So we can basically talk about whatever the heck we want, because no one in the stadium yet can hear what we are talking about. But nicely done there from the Chicos jammer. That's number 1-2, I believe.
Yeah, Goose Lightning.
It is Goose Lightning.
And then
117, I do apologise.
So it's the battle of the 1-2s at the 1-1-2 and then the 1-2 with Rush. Pardon me. And that was an early call-up.
Yeah, both these lineups a little bit different, Tickles, from the last time these two teams met. Number 88, Raf, comes into the Kingston lineup. Number 24, I believe, Trouble, not skating this weekend. And I'm not too sure. I think the Chicos lineup is still pretty much the same as it was. So we're getting set now for jam number 3.
Yeah, and we have Kilbo Baggins jamming for Chicos. And she has helped us with TRB a couple of times this year. She's a really strong jammer. And then we've got Spider Monkey jamming for Kingston, but still getting caught in that really strong Chico's wall.
Yeah, of course, Spider Monkey, I mentioned before, Tickles, that their 2 lineups are a little bit different from TGSS. Spider Monkey coming into the Kingston lineup as well. They have levelled up since the Great Southern Slam, and they are very much a jammer to watch out for as they start their full contact journey and really establish themselves. Of course, they made their debut at the Geelong round, rounds 3 and 4, the last time we were doing statewide Stampede, and had an immediate impact on the game.
Yeah, and also playing that game with them, they got MVP jammer from TRB, like playing against them, I should say. They are a force to be reckoned with, and it just shows how strong Kingston's training really is. And even showing, and the same goes for Chicos with all their powerhouses as well. Like, these 2 clubs have got a good training and a good rapport with one another.
Yeah, 100%.
And they're going to be, you can see these clubs just going up from where they are now.
Yep.
Or sorry, continuing to go up, I should say, not going up.
We all know what you meant. Good morning to all the Derby fans watching along at home. We trust that you're going to enjoy today's action. Of course, it is round 5 of the statewide Stampede season.
We've got Screw and Clementi in June.
Drops the arm and gets jam number 4, I believe, underway. Number 5, Calamity June, jamming for the Chicos, 2-2. Screw Lucy jamming for Kingston. Lead jammer status is with Kingston at the moment. Calamity June, though, with a little bit of work to do, still at the back of the pack, trying to find some territory to the inside part of the main straightaway into turn 1, and successfully gets on through the pack. The instructions coming from the Kingston bench to call off the jam before Calamity June can do any damage points-wise. And it's 4 more points in for Kingston. They move along nicely there on 9. And the Chicos remain on 5.
Oh, it's the battle of the 1-2, but Goose does have the extra 1. For the jammers. These are 2 completely different jam styles, but both just as effective. Froggy's just giving us a score.
Yeah, it's very handy to have a scoreboard in front. Considering where we are now, the fans at home, Tickles, won't know exactly where we're positioned. We're actually right next to our tech team, and the scoreboard is actually over my left shoulder, and I've literally got to sit as far forward as I possibly can to see the score. So to have a laptop in front of us is insane. So, but anyway, back to the action, Tickles. 100% they are. The jammers block of stocks available make for a very, very good game. The 6 points, though, in that previous jam, Tickles, is what has given Dragon City, or Chico Rollers, the lead. 685, Spider Monkey then jamming for Kingston up against 1-4, jamming for the Chicos. That is Kilbo Baggins. Not wasting any time. Kilbo gets on through. Lead jammer Chicos. And this is sort of a gameplay or a tactic, if you like, Tickles, that the Chicos will want to employ. And that is, if you can keep Kingston scoreless and you can put some points on the board, do it. And 2 jams in a row now where Kingston haven't put anything on the board. Dragon City or Chicos have added yet another 4. So they move along to 15 with Kingston on 9. And we've got just over 20 minutes remaining in this first half clash between the Chicos and KCR. So at the moment, they're employing a hit it and quit it style of gameplay, Tickles. It's just about getting points and keeping Kingston scoreless. And I mentioned just a moment ago, they've done it for 2 jams. It's now 3 jams that Kingston haven't put a point on the board. And this is actually becoming a little bit of a psychological win for the Chicos. And they'll be doing absolutely anything and everything they can to get any advantage they can. It's still early stages. There's a lot to play out in this game. But certainly Chicos are doing absolutely everything right at the moment. Yeah, you beat me to it, Tickles. Pack advantage definitely going the way of the Chicos. And
Does help when my microphone is on. Sorry, guys, you just heard half the conversation.
yeah, that's okay. So basically, what Tickles was referring to is the blocker advantage in the start of this next jam is going to go the way of Chicos. Although, just looking across there, Tickles, there is now 2 skaters from each team sitting in the penalty box. So we get Jam 9 underway. 13 Kingston City Rollers, 18 Chicos. Oh, bit of a fall of skaters there going into turn 1. It was the 2 14s, Code and Kilbo Baggins. Again, Kilbo Baggins getting out nicely, finding some real estate to the inside part of turn 2. 2-2, Screw Lucy, the other jam on track for Kingston.
That's the end of the jam.
So just the 1 point there for Screw Lucy. 2 points, in fact. So they move along, they being Kingston, move along to 15. And the 3 points then for Dragon City, they move along to 21. So it's a nice little lead at the moment, but plenty still to play out in this game.
So lining up for this jam, we got an official timeout. Are we fixing track or what do we do? Yeah, we're fixing track. Just before we go back into the jam, we have got Calamity June lining up for Chicos and Crush lining up for Kingston.
I think whilst we've got the time, Tickles, we might just burn on through the team rosters. I'm going to start off on the Chico side of things. We've got number 10 KTKO, 1-1 Nix Vicious, 1-1-2 Goose Lightning, 1-4 Kilbo Baggins, 1-6 Solid Rage, 2-2 Fatal Phoenix, number 5 Calamity June, 666 Pearl Scout. 7-7 Crackerjack. Number 8 Helion. 8-6 Razorback. And we'll cover off the Kingston side of things as soon as we get another break in play.
Yep. So starting the jam, Chicos have got the front part of the pack and Kingston at the back. And Crush has pushed her way through that wall and has gotten lead, with Calamity June unfortunately being recycled for the Chicos. And in case it wasn't made clear for you guys playing along at home, Kingston are the pink team, Chicos are the black team. Or Dragon City Rollers are the black team. Pack advantage now going to Chicos and them being called off. And that was the end of the jam.
And a nice 4 points there for Kingston. Tightens this game right up. Kingston on 19, Chicos on 21. And just in the last couple of jams, Tickles, it looks like Chops and Kingston have made just some slight adjustments in terms of the jammers that get put out on track and the blockers. There was a period there where the Chicos were putting out jammers and obviously scoring points, and they did that in consecutive jams, putting on points, in Kingston not putting on points. So I've just noticed in the last 2 jams that there's been just a little bit of a tweak, which is what you've got to do in games sometimes. Sometimes plan A doesn't work, you've got to go to plan B. And if that doesn't work, you go to plan C. And if plan C doesn't work, then you throw it all out the window. So 685 Spider Monkey, 1-1-2 Goose Lightning. The 2 jammers on track as we get jam number 11 underway. Goose Lightning looking for and trying to find some space down the outside part of turn number 1. Not going to work. Dart back to the inside, gets on through. Lead jammer Chicos. Not to be outdone, Spider Monkey also getting through the pack, giving up about a half track to Goose Lightning at the present. But before Spider Monkey can do anything about the score, Goose Lightning has called the jam off. And I don't believe... No, just looking at the jam refs, fists in the air, so no points. So heading into jam number 14, jam number 12 rather, we have the Chico Rollers on 25, Kingston on 19. I do apologise, they did pick up 4 points on that one.
Yeah, with Chico's lining up, we've got Kilbo Bangans. Is that how you pronounce it, Jay? Bangans, sorry. And then Screw lining up for Kingston. And as you were mentioning before with the Kingston changing their lineup, they're playing jam like jammer. They're trying to line it up that way.
And if you ever play against South Sea, they are absolutely the best team at putting jammer for jammer. We found that out in no uncertain terms at TGSS. It actually became a little bit of a game. I'll cover that off in a little bit more detail later on.
It's too easy. And Chico's being smart and calling it off. They're playing smart. They want to keep their points. They want to keep their points, up and not give Kingston a chance to score. But it is making for a very interesting game.
If that's what wins you a game, it might not be pretty to watch, but if that's what's going to win you a game and you want to employ a hit it and quit it style of derby, go for it.
Yep. So
official timeout. So I might hand back to you. Maybe we can square off Kingston City rosters. Kingston City Rollers roster. Maybe not. I got ahead of myself.
Yeah. So track maintenance is a big thing in Statewide Stampede, no matter where we're playing. Warrnambool, Bendigo, and each time we have to lay the track, like special for this, because it has a little bit of rope, so people can differentiate where skaters can feel where the track ends and starts. So both jammers, Calamity June for Chicos and Spider Monkey for Ooh, Spider Monkey and KO getting a little bit of one-on-one action.
Well acquainted, I think, is what you call that, Tickles, but nicely done. Spider Monkey gets on third, lead jammer Kingston.
I must say, KO is a strong force to be reckoned with. Speaking of which, she's decided to go for a jam. There's been a star pass for them. And Kingston has called it off. And KO just sailed through. I think KTKO is one of our top players in this tournament.
The one thing you don't...
Oh, we got speakers
we
now.
almost went live there. The one thing you don't want to get is KTKO one-on-one. They will give you a blocking masterclass, the likes of which you have not seen. We are live. We're in. Good morning, Derby fans. We're live. We've finally fixed all our little teething issues. My name's JR. We've got Tickles here on my right.
Yep. And
we've been talking to the folks at home.
There is an official timeout going at the moment. So for those playing along at home, our pink team, Kingston City Rollers, or the Royals as they're known as, oh, never mind.
Don't you hate that?
Next time we'll just ask them to stay for an extra 10 seconds so we can actually get this roster out for Kingston, especially for the people at home. So, and speaking of Kingston, Crush has taken lead jam with Goose Lightning just trying to push her way through the pack. And that is the end of the jam. Chops, who's the bench coach, Kingston, asking for Crush to call it off.
Yeah, just grabbing the 4 points then for Kingston. They move along to 25. And Chicos remain on 36 with just over 11 and a half minutes to go in this first half. Grand final rematch between these two insanely talented teams. One for Kilbo Baggins, 2-2-2, Screw Lucy, the two jammers. On the jammer start lines, we get Jam, number 14, up and running, trying to find some territory to the outside part of the main straightaway. It's not going to work. Therefore, Kilbo, but nicely done to the inside part of turns 1 and 2. Sees Screw Lucy getting on through, picking up lead jammer for Kingston. And the pack now slowly coming through into turn number 2 there, Tickles.
Yeah. Ooh. And a bit of clean-up on aisle 12 happening on that first corner of the apex, or turn 2. And Screw calling it off.
So no sooner had Kilbo got through the pack, Screw Lucy was more than aware of what was going on with that and called the jam off. Not before adding another 4 points to Kingston. They move along now to 29. Chicos remain on 36.
Okay, team timeout going to Chicos. While we've got that, I'm going to quickly read the Kingston Royals, Kingston City, aka the Royals roster. So we've got 1-2 Dream Crusher, 1-3-3-7 Limes, 1-4 Code, 2-2 Screw Lucy, 2-7 Achilles Wheel, 3-5 Carnage, 4-1-9 Commander Chaos, 4-6-9 Exy, 6-8-5 Spider Monkey, 8-8 Raph, and 9-1 Marie Fury. For those playing along at home, we've actually got speakers now working in the stadium so everyone can hear us. You guys can give us a cheer if you can hear us.
I love audience participation. It's a real cool thing. And photographer cannot forget photographers, especially Hawkeye.
Yeah,
Been doing this for a long, long time.
Yeah,
Give him a round of applause. Why not?
Yeah, Hawkeye's busy taking photos of us, JR, because I've got one of the subscriptions with him.
He doesn't want to take a photo of me. I'll break his camera. 16.
Is that the highest it's been, Hawkeye? Are we going to be signing the roster again? Damn it. He had a card at first round because he was doing 16 people this game. Well, sorry, that was bad wording, but he's photographing for 16 people.
So back where the action's at then, Tickles, it is Calamity June.
11.
Jamming for Chico Rollers. Gets out nice and quick. Lee Jammer going the way of the Chicos. Spider Monkey jamming for Kingston's got a little bit of work to do. Coming through turn number 2. As Pack now coming down the back straight away. Spider Monkey finding out in no uncertain terms what it is like to try and get through a very formidable wall of Chico blockers. At the back of the pack, the Kingston blockers there giving Calamity June.
The Chico blockers, it's just proving how
A bit to
strong
think about.
KTKO
Yeah.
is. Like, holding them together, but not only that, the two butts as well. Like, Crackerjack and KTKO, who were just blocking before together, as two butts.
A nice bit of O there from 3-5 Carnage from KCR. Just opened the door very, very slightly there for Spider Monkey to get on through. Fortunately for Kingston, it's no more points, but
official timeout.
8 points in for Dragon City.
Yep.
Dragon City move along to 44. Kingston, again, not adding to their total. They remain on 29.
Yep. So a big shout out to Frank, who is our head rep of this tournament. And a big shout out to our refs and NSOs. Hopefully we'll have a little bit more time later. It's just with the track maintenance, I don't want to start games and miss the start of the game. Or jam, I should say.
Big shout out to our team of Zebras there, our referees. We have Al Murderface, Beck, Lady Killaton, Jackie Ono, Kick, and Ellie Mental. And a big shout out to all our referees here today. Without referees, you can't really play. You could, but it just wouldn't work. So we've got 1-2 Crush, 1-1-2 Jam. That is Goose Lightning jamming for Chicos, Crush jamming for Kingston. Lee Jammer going the way of Crush.
Bit of J on
We've got a little bit of Jammer on Jammer action coming off of turn number 1, and Crush has seen enough and called that one off.
I know it's up with the Div 3 final from TGSS, but they're also playing to see what position they'll be in the ladder today. So we've got time still. Thanks, Frank. So they're playing for their position in the ladder to determine who they play against in Pool 1. So our tournament's gotten a little bit bigger over the last couple of years. So instead of everyone playing each other once, we've had to split it up into Pool 1 and Pool 2. And KCR and Chicos are a part of Pool 2. That's right, isn't it, JR?
I believe so. I can neither confirm nor deny without having my little fact sheet folder, which I normally bring with me, but because I'm not really doing much this weekend, I left it at home. How's that for being prepared? I think while we've got a bit of time up our sleeve, Tickles.
There's no facts on our sheet even in front of us.
Well, the obvious fact, but I think we've already covered that off. A big shout out to Bombshell.
No, that's
Bombshell's first game as a Banshee. That's coming up next after this game. So
and we'll be still here.
we will still be here. So massive congratulations and all the very best to Bombshell.
So we've got Screw and Kilbo Bangin lining up. Another jammer-like jammer situation.
There's not much in it between these two, just the 15 points separating them. As 2-2 Screw Lucy then has got KTKO and Hellion out the front to negotiate. Nicely done, gets on through Lee Jam at Kingston.
And there's been a lovely star pass to the lovely KTKO. And KO being happy that she got 2 points on that one.
Just got in, but that's the speed of KTKO. Just when you think, oh no, they won't get a point, or no, they won't catch me. Wrong. Very much bump on.
I think for an all-round skater, KTKO is at the top of the list.
So the 4 points in, Kingston moved them along to 33. And Dragon City, they did pick up points. I think they picked up the 2 there. They move along to 46. And we've got 6.25 minutes remaining in this first half clash between Dragon City Roller Derby, Chico Rollers, and Kingston City Rollers, the Royals.
Yep. So number 5, Calamity June. Yeah, I got that right. I didn't even look at the rest of that side. Is stuck behind that Kingston wall. And Spider Monkey is also stuck behind the Chico's wall.
Nice hit out then from 1-4 code, recycling Calamity June back. Whilst all that was going on though, Tickles, it is Spider Monkey getting on through the pack in that previous pass. So Lee Jammer going the way of Kingston.
Yep. And again, this is just proving why these two teams deserve to be in the final of TGSS earlier this year. Yep, so Spider Monkey going through again, but we're still holding off at the moment for... Oh, Duke's Solid Rage getting the star for Chico's.
Did we happen to mention that these two teams love producing a very, very entertaining and tight game of roller derby? 8 points, Kingston. They move along to 41. Dragon City remain on 46. Just the 5 points then. Things are really starting to tighten right up.
Yep, so
we'd expect nothing less though.
We've got Goose and Crush teaming up again. Or not teaming up, but playing against each other.
Nice drive from Fury taking Goose Lightning through or to the inside part of the main straightaway, but Goose was quick enough and agile enough to get on through to pick up Lee Jammer.
And then Crush has just made their way through the pack. But these are two different jammer styles that we were just witnessing, with a very footsie, light on their feet jammer and a very hit the pack jammer. I don't know what the word is for that on JR.
You're asking a mechanic, I don't know. 2-2, Screw Lucy, the jammer for Kingston. 1-4, Kilbo Baggins, the jammer for the Chicos as we get jam 20 underway. Both jammers then opting to work in the middle of the track. And Kilbo's got a bit of work to do at the back of the pack. Not so much for 2-2, Screw Lucy. Gets on through, picking up lead jam at Kingston.
And poor KTKO is just sitting down for 30 seconds for being a little bit naughty.
Yeah, Screw Lucy doesn't need much real estate in which to work, and we're going to take a little bit of a time out here, maybe. Yes, we will.
Would you like a lolly, JR?
No, unless they're no fat, no sugar Pritikin style, probably not. I knew I'd get you with that one. No, that's fine.
And JR has lost it because Froggy has just said, "Oh, Bullseye, sorry, Bulls. I'm going well today. Who's here has had a lack of sleep as well?"
There's always one.
Yeah. Bullseye has just said, "I just want lollies that taste like real lollies." And I'm just going to go dig myself into a hole out the back on the field. Is that okay, JR?
That's it. Well, so of course, Tickles, the BRDL Rat Pack, we've got the bye this weekend, so you won't see the Rat Pack skaters out. Plenty of representatives, though, from that league here, as all the leagues. It's great to see so many familiar faces, even if they're not skating, putting their hand up to do non-skating roles.
Yeah, and a lot of people, I must say, it was nice to see Geelong skaters here as well from Pivot City. And we've got Spider Monkey jamming for Kingston and Goose Lightning jamming for Chicos, with Spider Monkey getting lead jammer.
So nice hit out then from 8 Raff, just taking Goose Lightning to the outside part of the main straightaway as we look at it, Tickles, but the lead jam was already with Spider Monkey.
Also, speaking of which, thank you, JR, for coming down today and helping us out with commentating and stuff. You guys didn't have to do it, and same to any Ballarat, Geelong or Rangers skaters that come down today to support us. We really appreciate it.
It's what we do.
It's only a hop, step, and a jump for you guys, isn't it?
Well, 2 hours for us, but yeah, most teams that are Melbourne-based would have had a much bigger drive than that. 1-2 crush jamming for Kingston, 1-4 Kilbo Baggins jamming for the Chicos as we get jam 22 well and truly lit. Kilbo Baggins trying to work the centre part of the track, and the Kingston blockers are more than up for the challenge. Out front, it is 1-2 for Kingston, just trying to find some territory there. And of course, that is Crush. KTKO had a lot to say about how quick Crush was going to get on through, but eventually had to surrender. So lead jammer going the way of Kingston as the pack now heads into turn number 2. The recycle, nicely done, 2-7. Achilles wheel for Kingston. Had a nice big hit on Kilbo Baggins whilst all that was going on. 1-2, Crush just sliding on through, and it's another 4 points for Kingston. I must point out, with that 8 points, we have another lead change. Kingston now take the lead.
And KTKO takes the star, making Kingston call off the jam. And got some timeout happening.
We do, and I'm not sure if it's going to be an official timeout on not.
official review because
So we'll just pause on the whole intermission thingo. But a I was just going to say, a very handy jam from Crush there, the 12 points. Kingston now with a 14-point lead. They move along to 64.
Yep. And then Chops, who is rocking even the Kingston socks at the moment. I think that is the closest we'll get to him wearing the pink himself.
Well, no, he's not very pink himself at all.
Yeah. If that is one thing I really want to see Chops do, rock a pink top one day for the Kingston pink.
It's funny you mentioned the Kingston logo. Every time in the last 4 years or the past 4 TGSSs, you catch up with friends from other leagues, some from around Australia, some from overseas in New Zealand, and the resounding thing they always say is that logo, the skull and the crown, is just awesome. And I think it's one of the best logos going around. And there's some cool logos, don't get me wrong. I'm a bit of a skull rockabilly kind of guy, so I guess that resonates with me a bit. But as you point out, it's a very catchy logo. Love it.
And I must say, even with that logo, they can keep it for everyone. Like, because the sport is constantly evolving, a lot of clubs here have had a lot of logo changes. Because it's gone from the early days of Derby in the early 2010s.
Yeah.
Where it really picked up here in Victoria.
100%. So we just got the rolling whistle there, Tickle. So we are
almost ready to go. I can see Kick, who is the captain of TRB, just getting down and fixing the track.
There it is.
Oh, we got half time now.
I was waiting for the officialdom to pop up on my screen, and it has done so. So we're going to take a short 15-minute break and resume the second half action. We have Chicos at 50 points, Kingston City Rollers on 64.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't even paying attention.
what you're thinking, give me what you're drinking. Tell me what you're thinking, give me what you're drinking. You and me, we got something special, baby. You and me, you and me. I can think this was never meant to happen. You and me, you and me. I can't help it. I can't help it.
So Screw and Calamity June are lining. You see that?
So we're at jam number 7. And it's Calamity June and Screw Lucy, the two jammers on track. Screw Lucy has the lead jammer status as the pack now.
But she got drawn back to the back of the pack and has to make her way through the pack again, pretty much.
The pack was in turn 1, Tickles, but it's now spread out through turns 1 and 2. Just the one blocker then for Screw Lucy to have to worry about, and it is again KTKO. Unfortunately, KTKO ran out of territory, had to yield. Lead jammer going the way of Screw Lucy. So the initial pass is all done then, Tickles. It's all about points here for Screw. It's 4 more points being added to the Kingston tally. Again, Screw just happy to get the required points before the Chicos could do anything about that. We're seeing again in the second half consecutive jams where
1, 2, 1, 4. Our jam is lining up. I'm pretty sure you just said that before.
we did just about 2 jams ago.
Yeah.
So for Kingston, it's consecutive jams without Dragon City adding to their total. So it is 1 for Kilbo Baggins jamming for the Chicos, and it's 1-2 Crush jamming for Kingston. And again, Crush gets on through, picking up lead jammer.
And there was a star pass to KTKO and another call-off.
So just the 4 points then. Kingston move along to 91. And the Chicos remain on 56. And we've got just a tick over 20 and a half minutes remaining in this game. Of course, after this, it is South Sea taking on West Side. We'll cover that one off in a sec. 112 Goose Lightning, 685 Spider Monkey are your two jammers out on track.
Yep. Both of them, both very jukey jammers. Jukey is the word I was looking for. With Spider Monkey being lucky enough to get the lead on that one. And unfortunately, Goose Lightning has had to sit down in the naughty corner.
How do you like your jammer v blocker action, Derby fans? KTKO, one of the best blockers going around. Oh, nicely done to the outside part of turn 4. KTKO just sending it.
KTKO making it look easy, but needing a well-served break. And shout out to you guys watching at home. And we got Screw.
Wasn't aware, Tickles, it was the power jam start for Kingston.
Yep, and then Goose.
And Screw Lucy takes full advantage of that, gets on through, picks up lead jammer.
Yep.
And whilst all that was going on, Goose Lightning was the jammer starting off in the penalty box, now back on track.
say this game hasn't really been penalty heavy at all. Like, these are two clean, pretty relevant clean skating teams. I admit we all make mistakes here and there, but not a lot of penalties.
So a couple of Chico skaters
As I've
paying
said,
a
that
visit-
two Chico skaters have gone to the bin, but
paying a visit to the penalty box. So the block advantage now going the way of Kingston City Rollers as the pack now makes its way slowly down the back straightaway. That's not phasing Screw Lucy too much. This is turning out to be something of a very, very big jam. And we'll cover off the scoreline as soon as this is done. So the action now coming right in front of us through turn at number 4. Number 8 there, Hellion, trying to hold up Screw Lucy there for a bit. As to 1137, Limes. And that looked like hard work. Just having a look across at the Chico's bench there. Tickles, 112, Goose Lightning coming off. Very much puffed out.
team timeout to Chico's. And while we've got this team timeout, we might quickly go through our officials roster for this game. That's okay?
Well, I've covered off the rest, so maybe the non-skating officials, give them a massive shout out.
Yep. So we've got Frankenherder, Donkey Kong, Frankie listed twice, Griff, Squiggles, Pepper, Vendetta, Abby Normal, Crystal, Honeybees, Hells Bells, Owl, Murderface, Beck, Lady Killer Turn, Jackie Oh No, Kick, and Elemental.
And also, it would be silly of us not to mention the awesomeness that is to our right. They are wearing blue jackets. They are our first aid crew that follow us around. Yeah, give them a round of applause. Because
Thank
without
you,
our first aid crew
Deadly.
looking after all the skaters, keeping everyone safe, well, we can't go roller derby.
Yeah, and if you ever need someone for your first aid needs, please look them up. They are Deadly Sport Us now with the rebrand, and they're lovely to work with. And also a big shout out to Jen
And they do
and
an
Bullseye.
insanely good job, so we really do appreciate our
Yeah.
first aid team. Becoming familiar faces, really. They're
Yeah.
part of the furniture.
Yeah, exactly. I think it gets a bit like that with Statewide Stampede. When
You
we
do.
find someone we gel with really well as a derby community, we keep it up.
So
Oh.
previous jam tickles, we had 17 points piled onto the Kingston City Rollers. They move along to 112, and Dragon City remain on 56 as we get jam number 11 underway.
Yep, so we've got 666 Hell Scout jamming for the first time and getting lead. And then we've got Crush who's jamming for Kingston. And Hell Scout calling it off, making it look easy.
First time we've seen Hurl Scout out as a jammer. Nicely done. 4 more points in for Chico as they move along to 60. Not to be outdone. Kingston just picking up the 2 points. They move along to a 1-1-4. So 685 Spider Monkey 1-4. It is Kilbo Baggins, the 2 jammers out on track. Nicely done then from Limes, from KCR. Nicely done. Holding up Kilbo Baggins just enough for Spider Monkey to find some territory to the outside part of turn 2.
Yeah.
And Spider Monkey took full advantage of that and got on through and actually skated right past
And
Kilbo,
Limes
who
is
was being
going.
held up by Limes.
Yeah, I must
pick
say
up
the
Lee
best
Jammer.
part of that was Limes going, "You're welcome."
It's the little things.
It's the little things that we appreciate as commentators and spectators of the sport. I just nearly dropped the microphone. Sorry, Frog. Billseye. Sorry, Jen.
So timeout then called from Kingston City Rollers.
Yep. Thanks, Frank, who is our lovely tournament head ref. Thank you. I was almost going to say your old job. Frank, who's the head of the tournament today? It's Muggles today. Yeah. And a big shout out to Muggles, who is the acting head NSO for today, while Buster Hammy has a little break this round.
A big shout out to all the Derby fans that are watching online.
Yep. And a big shout out to Donkey Kong, who is making Jam Timer. That's right, his Jam Timer, calling the 5 seconds. His voice is loud and clear, and we can actually tell what's being said. Sometimes it gets.
Has to be nice and loud. Use that diaphragm.
Yep.
So Jam 13, it is then Tickles. We get this one underway. Screw, Lucy, Goose, Lightning, the two jammers on track nicely to the inside part of turn number one. It is Screw Lucy getting on through, picking up lead. Jammer for Kingston, not to be outdone. Well, a little bit of work to do at the front of the pack. Goose Lightning then has 469 Exy to have to worry about. Nicely done. Goose gets on through. Calamity June, Solid Rage, the two blockers out front, trying to hold up Screw just as long as they possibly can. The Screw, Lucy gets on through, and it's another 4 points then for Kingston. Pack now coming into turn number 3. Trying to find some territory to the inside part of turn 4. Wasn't really there, but a slight mistake there from number 8, Hellion, allowed the door to be open. Screw Lucy gets on through, and that's another 4 points for Kingston. Now the pack comes through into turn number 4 proper. Big hit there from 8-6 Razorback on Screw Lucy. Unfortunate for Murray Fury to visit to the penalty box on a stop block call. So the pack advantage now going to go, or the blocker advantage rather, going to go the way of the Chicos. Nice hit out there. Code 1-4 for Kingston, taking Goose Lightning off the track. But Goose Lightning, as quick as you like, gets back on track.
I must
and
say,
picks up 4 more valuable points for the Chico Rollers.
it's awesome to see on track just before Code and Exy working together, mother-daughter team. It's your timeout.
We've got ourselves under another official timeout by the looks of it. Another fun fact there, Tickles, the first senior level game for a new Westside member and experienced junior skater, Nuclear Force out. We wish Nuclear, all the very best. Of course, Westside, they're going to be hitting the track immediately after this game. They're going to be taking on South Sea Roller Derby B team, the Banshees. Two very, very strong teams, in which promises to be an enormously entertaining game. Cannot wait for that one. Not sure what the timeout is for. That said, the referee seemed to be having a bit of a chat about something.
We're all having a little bit of a chat, working out what way is up.
Unless you're a ref, you never know.
Yeah.
Also, a big shout out and thank you to Broadledge. Where? Oh, there we go. Dipping in, dipping out. Beautiful Warrnambool, which is where we are today for round 5 action of the statewide Stampede season.
Yes, and a big shout out to Warrnambool for pulling this together really quickly when unfortunately Albury Wodonga folded, because we're all meant to be in Albury this weekend, but of course Albury Wodonga unfortunately folded, so Warrnambool had not as much time. We usually have about 8 months to prepare, and they did it in about 2. So they pulled this together really quickly.
Well, another interesting fact there, Tickles, that the Team Regional Victoria, or TRV, as we know them, are actually made up of skaters from Warrnambool. Also Gippsland Lakes, Mildura, and there's a couple of guest skaters in this game today from South Sea and Dragon City. But they'll be hitting the track a little bit later on this afternoon. So we're going to get our focus back on track now. It is the Jammer 1-2 crush, Jamie for Kingston, and 666 again having a shot at jamming. It is Hurl Scout for Chico Rollers. As quick as you like, 1-2 crush for Kingston. Gets on through, picks up lead Jammer.
And KTKO curling up on the floor for a second there. Unfortunately, where we're sitting at the moment, we can't see much of what's going on. Besides, Jam is trying to get through 2 walls with Crush calling it off. So we've got Spider Monkey lining up for KCR and Kilbo Bangans lining up for Chicos.
So nicely done there. Kilbo Baggins gets on through, picks up lead Jammer for the Chicos as the pack now slowly coming through turn number 2 on the far side of the track from where we sit, Tickles. Spider Monkey then nicely dances around KTKO. Unfortunately though for Kilbo, it's a cut track. So power jam then for Kingston as the pack now comes into turns 3 and 4.
Yep. So KTKO holding the Spider Monkey off with the help of Solid Rage and Crackerjack. Again, proving how strong Chicos are in building walls.
So we find ourselves down in turn number 1 there. Tickles with the pack slowly. They're trying to do everything they can. Both blockers are trying to do everything they can to hold up these two jammers. They didn't face Kilbo Baggins too much. Gets on through. It's 4 more points in for Dragon City. And Spider Monkey just on the back straight away there with KTKO. And I believe that is number 8, Hellion, the two blockers there for the Chicos, giving Spider Monkey a little bit to think about.
Yeah, and we've got
So that was a nice jam there for the Chicos. They picked up 8 points. They move along to 72. And of course, Kingston picking up 4 points. They move along to 137.
And Donkey Kong has just called another timeout. The refs are having a little chat this time around. And we've got Screw and Goose Lightning lining up to jam for their teams. I can't even say the word that I'm trying to say. With Goose making their way through the pack and Screw not far behind, the pack has picked up some speed. And that one being called off. So we've got Hell Scout lining up again for Chicos. I think this is about their 3rd or 4th jam this half. And Crush lining up for Kingston.
So looking for some territory to the inside part of turn 1. Works very nicely for Crush. And yet again, wasting no time getting on through, picking up lead jammer for Kingston. Hurl Scout not to be outdone, also getting on through the pack. As the pack now has got a little bit of speed about it as they come off of turn number 2, but Crush has seen enough and called it off, but not before picking up 4 more points. Thus moving Kingston along to 141. And Chico Rollers on 74. We've got just under 7 minutes. Where the heck is this second half gone? It's flowing. Absolutely flowing.
Yep. Excellent. And we've got Screw and Kilbo Bangans lining up again. Ooh. And been a little bit of a tumble there for a couple of skaters on the start whistle.
As we've seen many times in this game, 2-2, Screw Lucy for Kingston, picking up lead jam and not to be outdone. The jammer there for the Chicos, of course, 1-4, Kilbo Baggins.
And that was another fast pack that the poor OPR refs, so the outside pack refs, didn't know what was going on.
Both jammers actually came past us before it was called off, and I could just see a look in Kilbo's eyes. I thought we're gonna get some jammer on jammer action, but wasn't forthcoming. We've got another official timeout.
Yep, track maintenance.
Track maintenance.
Yep. JR, next round, I reckon we should put up a tally here for the commentators. How many times do we stop for track maintenance?
Well, we do it a lot, unfortunately. It is tape, and it is going to get ripped off.
I reckon we could almost make it a game, like $2 a guess.
Well, they're not cheap.
No, $2, like do a potluck amount of numbers, and everyone guesses the number. How many times do we stop for track maintenance?
You could have, well, if you could, yeah. There's a number of ways you could probably combat track maintenance, but a lot of venues are very skeptical as to what you put down on track, because if it starts to rip up the lacquer on these basketball courts, to have a basketball court of this size re-lacquered, you're not getting much change out of around about $42,500. So we have to be very, very mindful of that and very, very careful.
Oh, it's not only that. They've got to work out a way to design it so that we could put down the track and not damage things and make it so that we can still fill a road. So we've got Spider Monkey 685 and Goose Lightning 112 lining up to jam.
And straight away, Spider Monkey's finding out in no uncertain terms what it's like to try and get past Calamity June, Hallian and KTKO. Razorback also joins in on the fun as well.
Yep.
And whilst all that was going on, behind them, Goose Lightning picks up lead jammer for the Chicos.
Yeah, and making it look easy, she's made her way through the pack. And there has been a star pass to 1-4 Code, who is now jamming for Kingston, where the jam has now been called off.
And nicely done there, Cody,
and she got 1 point, Code.
Picking up a cheeky 1 point, right on the death. So good stuff there from Code. With that 1 point, Kingston move along to 142. Nicely done though, Chico Rollers and Goose Lightning. It's 6 points, they move along to 80.
Yep. And we've got 666 Hell Scout lining up for Chicos and 22 Screw lining up for Kingston. And Hell Scout taking the outside line and getting lead.
Nicely done, and Hurl Scout picking up lead jammer.
And Chico's asking for it to be called off, so what will be good is that this next jam, Chico's will have the pack advantage, meaning that Kilbo Bangers will only have to get past one Kingston, or three Kingston skaters. There's one in the bin. Sorry, I can't count today.
So Jam 21 is lit. 1-2 Crush jamming for Kingston. And 1-4 Kilbo Baggins jamming for the Chicos. Lee Jammer going the way of Kilbo Baggins, nicely done. A little bit of work to do out front though for Crush. Oh, nicely done, just up on the one skate, just to keep balance there. After KTKO sending the pressure, as KT often does. Kilbo Baggins, they've seen enough and thought, I've got points, I'm going to call it off. You've got none. Big shout out to the Chicos team from Bucky. Bucky says, hello and go Chicos. Big shout out to all the fans watching at home. We trust you are enjoying this action as much as we are. So 685 Spider Monkey jamming for Kingston up against 112 Goose Lightning jamming for the Chico Rollers. 1337. I'll get it right in a sec. Limes with the nice recycle on Goose Lightning. And we have an absolute...
I can't tell because they're all mixed up in the pack, you can't tell which jammers are trying to get past everyone. But Goose Lightning has made their way through.
Beautifully done on that previous pass from Goose Lightning, trying to find some territory to the inside parts of turns 1 and 2. It worked nicely. I'll tell you what else has worked nicely. The fact that now Goose Lightning is on a power jam. Spider Monkey having a visit to the penalty box, so a good opportunity for Chicos to get a heck of a lot of points.
Yeah. So what's really good at the moment is that there's a power jam going for Goose, which means that they can catch up on some points. And now Chico's having the pack advantage with 3 Chicos going to the bin, while Limes is out there by... 3 Kingston skaters going in the bin, while Limes is out there by themselves.
Tell you what, this is turning out to be some sort of jam from Goose Lightning. Currently on 16 points. With that, Chicos break the 100-point mark. They are currently on 103.
And it's been called.
Very nicely done, Goose Lightning, 16-point jam. Has
time runs down.
That's a 20-point jam. Even better.
Yeah, 20-point jam. And now and it hasn't been called yet, but there's no time for team timeout. Never mind. With the team timeout, literally 1 second before the end of the game, that actually gives us one more jam, doesn't it, JR?
I think it would have anyway, because the previous jam ended right on 31 seconds. So as long as you've got 30 seconds, you can get another jam in. Either that or you strategically call a team timeout or an official review and try and get yourself another jam.
Yeah.
But I believe, I was looking at the clock at the time, and the last of the rolling 4 whistles actually finished on 31 seconds, so we would have got another jam in.
Oh, excellent. And Hawkeye has put his camera down in the camera photography box and is taking a photo with the iPhone, which I think is not as good as the camera is taking a photo with his camera. But I get what he was doing. And we'll be back. We've got Kilbo Bangans lining up for Chicos and Screw Lucy lining up for Kingston. And this is the last jam. With Code knocking Kilbo out, they've been recycled to go back in.
Nice hit there, 1-4 Code. Taking Kilbo Baggins to the outside part of the main straightaway. I tell you what, Chicos have done well to narrow this score. It's currently at, 39 points. It had blown out to as much as 68 points. So in the last sort of 10, 15 minutes or so, Tickles, Chicos have done an enormous job just to bridge that gap and not give Kingston a blowout win. It probably looks like it's going to go the way of KCR.
Yeah.
Given that they got lead jam and controlled that jam.
And called it off.
And then just called it off. So we're just going to wait for a moment or two whilst the jammer refs
have some discussions. And
yeah, have a little chat, make sure that all points were catered for.
Yep.
And we're just going to wait for the skaters. Both teams now back on their respective bench.
25-2. Yeah.
And of course, up next on track, it is Game 2. Westside Roller Derby taking on South Sea Roller Derby.
Yeah, and that one's about 25 minutes away.
We're going to be commentating that one too, so sorry, Derby fans at home, if you're sick of our voices.
Yeah, you're going to be putting up with us for at least another couple of hours. And that's a rolling whistle to signify an end of the game, with Kingston getting the victory with 145 points, Dragon Cities 103. Good game by both teams.
So both teams now, they're still in their huddles. They're just waiting for them to break.
And with Chico's doing their thank yous to everyone, I must say we are one of the rougher sports out there, but we're also one of the kindest sports out there, because once that 60 seconds is up, everyone's talking with everyone.
KCR now just giving their acknowledgement to their opponents in Chico's. And it's about this time I would ask all fans to come up trackside. These two teams are about to set off on their victory lap. So offer up a high five to these incredible skaters from two insanely good teams. And it looks like heading off first, it is going to be the Chico Rollers 110 KTKO 1-1, Nix Vicious 1-1-2, Goose Lightning 1-4, Kilbo Baggins 1-6, Solid Rage 2-2, Argy Bargy 3-3, Fatal Phoenix number 5, Calamity June 6-6, Hurl Scout 7-7, Crackerjack number 8, Hellion, and number 8-6, Razorbeck. That's the skaters in black and red, otherwise known as the Chico Rollers.
And the skaters in pink, otherwise known as Kingston City Rollers or the Royals. 1-2, Dream Crusher. 1-3-3-7, Limes. 1-4, Code. 2-2, Screw Lucy. 2-7, Achilles Wheel. 3-5, Carnage. 4-1-9, Carmen Chaos. 4-6-9, Exy. 6-8-5, Spider Monkey. 8-8, Raph. And 9-1, Marie Fury.
Both teams now just moving in front of us, Tickle, so that's a pretty good sign that we probably should get the heck out of here.
Yeah, we'll run away for a bit, JR, and we'll be back soon.
100%. So just wrapping this one up for all the folks at home, it is Kingston again, reigning supreme. They take the win, 145. Chico's on 103. We're going to take a short break. Up next on track, it is going to be Westside Roller Derby taking on South Sea. Make sure you join us in around about 15-20 minutes time.